You've done the inner work, you've set boundaries, you've raised your standards, but yet somehow you still attract narcissists into your life. Why? Is it bad luck, a cosmic joke, or is it something deeper at play? Today we're going to be diving into the subconscious wounds that create these patterns, and most importantly, how to break free. Before we get into the subconscious wounds, let's break down why narcissists are attracted to certain people. Narcissists need supply, so they look out people for admiration, control, and validation to maintain their fragile ego. They also seek out people who are deeply empathetic, nurturing, and emotionally open. Narcissists thrive on power imbalances, so they target people that struggle with people-pleasing or self-worth issues. If you've attracted narcissists repeatedly throughout your life, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of subconscious programming that's running in your background. Now let's talk about the wounds that can make you a magnet for narcissists. These patterns normally take place in childhood, and they shape how we view relationships. The first wound we're going to talk about is the abandonment wound. This is one of the biggest reasons why people get caught up in toxic cycles. If you grew up feeling abandoned, whether physically or emotionally, you may have consciously craved love at any cost. Narcissists know this, they sense it out, and they offer extreme love bombing at first just to make sure you feel seen and loved. Your subconscious associates pain with love, and this leads to you tolerating mistreatment just so you won't feel abandoned or experience abandonment. So how do you heal this? Recognize that being alone is better than being in a toxic relationship. Develop self-security so that you're not controlled by external validation. Also work on healing your inner child by giving yourself the love and attention that you never received. Number two, the people-pleasing wound. Were you taught to believe that your value comes from making others happy? This is the fawn response, where you prioritize others' needs over your own. If you grew up believing that conflict leads to rejection, you may subconsciously tie your value towards keeping the peace. Narcissists love this because they thrive off control. You may ignore the red flags just to keep the relationship stable. So how do you heal this wound? Learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Also remind yourself, your needs matter, your voice matters, and you're not only here on this planet just to make other people comfortable. Also get comfortable being disliked. This is a telltale sign that you're honoring yourself. The third wound is the worthiness wound. Do you feel like you need to prove that you're worthy of love? This is the unworthiness wound. If you were constantly criticized or compared growing up, you may feel like love is something that you earn, not something that you deserve. Narcissists take full advantage of this by making you feel as if you're never enough, but always chasing their approval. This keeps you hooked on their validation, thinking that if you just try harder, they'll change. So how do you heal this wound? Shift from seeking validation to self-acceptance. Practice affirmations like, I am enough just as I am. Also, surround yourself around healthy connections that reflect your worth back to you. The final wound is the fantasy bond wound. If you grew up in chaos and you believe that you can fix everything, this is a fantasy bond. If your childhood was filled with instability, broken promises, and inconsistent love, your subconscious may equate these emotional highs and lows with passion. Narcissists create push-pull dynamics, triggering your hope that they will change. You may be more drawn to their potential than what's actually playing out in your reality. How do you heal this wound? Recognize healthy love is stable and not chaotic. Also ask yourself, do I love them or do I love the ideal of who they can be? Also, get used to boredom in your relationships. This often means peace and stability, not the opposite where there's a lack of love. Now that we went over the wounds, how do you stop attracting narcissists into your life? Number one, self-awareness is key. Recognize your subconscious beliefs so that they no longer control your relationships. Number two, reprogram your beliefs. Stop challenge the idea that love has to be earned, chaotic, or based on sacrifice. Affirm daily, I deserve a healthy love. Number three, set boundaries. Narcissists will test your limits, so learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Number four, heal your nervous system. If you feel drawn to toxic dynamics, it may be a trauma response. So practices like meditation, breath work, and inner healing can help you release these toxic patterns. Number five, surround yourself with healthy relationships. The more you surround yourself around healthy love, the more you will lose tolerance for toxic dynamics in your life. Attracting a narcissist isn't a curse. It's a subconscious pattern that can be broken. Once you heal what's going on underneath the surface, they'll stop showing up in your life. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment down below. What wound do you think has been running in the background for you? And if you're ready to break the cycle, hit the subscribe button, as I'll be sharing more tools to help you step into your power. Own your energy, walk your path, set your standards, and never settle for less than you deserve. Until next time, love and light, my friends.